Man, they really are trying to get me to vote for Nigel Farage. I don't know why. Like, I'm on the fence about Nigel. You know, like, I think he's probably not as hardline. I think he's on the Winston Marshall podcast where he's like, well, no, I don't want to be associated with mass deportations, all that sort of thing. I think that he genuinely is just a boomer in his heart of hearts. And yet, what have we had from the media for the past 2-3 weeks now? Non-stop. No, Nigel is the hardest core racist you've ever met. He has always been this way. He always will be this way. And it hasn't affected his polling at all. The polling has just been very consistent over this time. And I don't know why they're so insistent that I have to vote for him. But as you can see, this is just a Twitter trending tab just to summarize the issue. Multiple Dunwich College alumni, up to 28 former pupils and one teacher, described patterns of racist and anti-Semitic behaviour by Farage as a teenager in the 1970s, including slurs towards non-white students and songs mocking Jewish prayers, with lines like "gas them all." Farage acknowledges his younger self was sometimes offensive in that era's culture, but denies direct racial abuse, with his team framing the accounts as playground banter and political smears. A 1981 teacher's letter questioned his prefect's suitability over such conduct, yet he was appointed. Well, it can't have been that bad then. And as you can imagine, everyone's on his back about this. So, I mean, this is very obviously the last gasp of a very desperate establishment that is well aware that he's about to steamroll them. If everything carries on as it is, then Farage is going to steamroll the lot of them. And so they're like, yeah, well, guys, did you know that he was a racist Nazi? Are you sure you're going to vote for the racist Nazi? It's like, listen, bro. Farage has been in politics as a very mainstream political figure for over 30 years now. Everyone knows who he is. He's been very consistent on the kind of person that he is. And so everyone can tell that he's not Hitler, right? Everyone can tell that he's not actually going to do terrible things. In fact, that's maybe one of the reasons to vote against him, that he's actually not very hard line. And so when he's like, yeah, no, my dream isn't mass remigration or whatever it was. It's like mass deportations. It's like, yeah, okay, well, I mean, 45% of this country is in favor of remigration. Just straight off the bat. They want no more in and millions to go home. And Farage is like, well, that's not me. It's like, okay, so he's to the left of about half the country, which tells you a lot when it comes to the subject of immigration. So I don't understand the hard sell, because, I mean, it's like they're trying to pump his poll numbers up. But you've got, like, this particular one here where you've got one black student who was like, oh, he said that's the way back to Africa. I mean, I wasn't racially abused, but I was abused in way worse ways when I was a kid. And this is just the most pathetic thing in the world. Like, Labour being like, oh, dismissing it as banter is not denying it. Here's a reminder of some of Farage's alleged comments. That's alleged comments. Okay, prove it. You can't prove it. These are all just allegations. Allegations by people who are very salty, often from the sort of liberal arts types. And I imagine that they all voted Remain, right? Like, this is the thing. I bet they all voted Remain. But look at these. Hitler was right. Gas them. That's the way back to Africa. Is that banter? Yeah, that's the sort of thing kids say on the playground. Yeah, that's literally... They find what they feel to be the most offensive thing about a person and call them it. Like, like, it was called... Whatever your worst characteristic was, or whatever that characteristic that people thought would get under your skin, they would call you. The kid who had buck teeth, well, you picked on his teeth. The kid who was like tall and skinny, you called him a rake. The kid who was fat, you called him fat. Like, the kid who's foreign, you call him foreign. Like, it's just the way that teenage playground bullying and banter goes. It's just the way that is. And for some of them, they never got over it. I mean, this is, he'd apparently hang around outside Jewish prayers at Dulwich College. It's like, and this, again, 50 years later, men in their 60s are like, Nigel Farage bullied me at school. It's like, what? I mean, honestly, that's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Complaining that Nigel Farage bullied me when I was a teenager, and he was a teenager. Like, if he was in his 30s and he was bullying you, maybe I'd be like, oh yeah, good point. You know, that's a bit uncalled for. But if it's a bunch of teenagers running around a playground yelling slurs, I bet you yelled things back at him. But you're like, Christ, Nigel, you look like a fucking frog. I bet you were saying loads of stuff back. No, you just sat there going, oh, boo-hoo-hoo. And then 50 years later, you're still boo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, Nigel was like, well, I never directly racially abused anyone. For some reason, he handled this really badly, which I covered in a video the other day. But this particular one, Yinka Bankole, describes how he chose to go public with the allegations after Farage's very wimpy denial. And it's like, listen, old boy, like, really, you're just that bothered 50 years later. It's like, it's because you politically disagree with him, right? You just politically disagree with him. I'll never forget the look of hatred Nigel Farage had for me at school, simply for existing. I mean, do you think that bullies aren't bullies everywhere? Nigel Farage was a bully at school. Yes, I can believe it. Some people were, some people weren't. This is just the nature of being at school and figuring out your place in the world. But anyway, this is just, you know, sorry. I'm sorry Nigel Farage was bullying you at school. What does that mean to you? Oh, it means he can't be the Prime Minister. No. It means that maybe he owes you an apology. Don't get me wrong. There are people I bullied at school that I wish I could apologise to. And if you happen to be watching this, I'm really sorry. I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have a good understanding of the things I was doing. I'm sure there were people who bullied me who probably, yeah, sorry, man. I don't know why I did that. It's the nature of being a child, unfortunately. You bully and are bullied in turn. The point being, this doesn't disqualify him for anything. It just means he was fairly normal growing up. And now, 50 years on, A, you still haven't got over it, which looks really pathetic. And B, doesn't really have that much bearing on whether I think he will do a good job running the country. I mean, I don't even think he's going to do that good job running the country. I don't think he's going to be worse than Labour or the Tories or the Greens or whoever. The current suite of options that we have on the table. I don't think he's going to be worse than them, but I don't think he's going to be substantially better than them either. And yet I'll probably still end up voting for him just because of a lack of options, frankly, a lack of realistic options at the very least. And then we had the UK's top law officer, one of the most senior Jewish government ministers. What? Oh, the Attorney General Richard Hermer. Right, the inveterate lifelong communist who hates this country was appointed by Keir Starmer and is consistently hurting the people of this country. Oh, well, if he urges Nigel Farage to apologise over alleged racism, then that's definitely not a partisan political position, and he's definitely not doing it for political reasons. Like, fuck Richard Hermer. Holy shit. You know, like, him denouncing Nigel Farage, again, okay, hard sell. I don't like Nigel that much, but if Richard Hermer hates him, maybe he's not so bad. I don't want him to see a school bully become PM. You think David Cameron never bullied him? You think Keir Starmer never bullied anyone? You think Boris Johnson never bullied anyone? You think Tony Blair never bullied anyone? Oh, fuck off, you pussies. And this is the director or actor or whatever he is. It's like, look, I know you voted Remain, and every Prime Minister is going to have been something of a bully at some point. Like, I imagine to get the kind of strength of personality that you need, it requires that kind of person. And we're all adults now. What you're talking about is something that happened 50 years ago. Maybe we should just accept that he has defeated you politically. Because that is what this is all about. This is them scraping the very bottom of the barrel. In fact, they're probably through the bottom of the barrel, digging into the dirt at this point, looking for anything that they can fling at him to stop the rise and progress of reform. I'm sorry, but it looks like he's got it sewn up, doesn't it? I think this is probably my favourite one. Some old video of Nigel Farage at some sort of function making a joke. He's like, don't go in Michael Barrymore's swimming pool. It's where they throw the cigarettes, but he uses the British word for cigarette. They're like, oh my God, he's homophobic as well. It's like, well, Michael Barrymore did have a dead man floating in his pool, which is the joke. Like, just some random dead body was found in his pool, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. Something probably happened there. But I don't even know what even happened with that. That was decades ago, but like that happened. Which is why he's making a joke about it decades ago when he's got like brown hair. But the point is, it's just a pun. It's just a joke. And it's like, right, okay, that's, again, scraping the bottom of the barrel. And then I got this out of order. The anti-Semitic songs, the Jewish, okay, maybe, I mean, who knows? And so Holocaust survivors are urging Nigel Farage to apologise for alleged racial abuse at school. And so, like, dragging out a bunch of literally, like, 95-year-old Holocaust survivors to get Nigel Farage to apologise for racist abuse at school. It's like, look, man, he was just joking. He was being mean, sure, but he was obviously just joking. And I don't know what exactly it is you think that this signifies. Do you think that Nigel Farage, when he finally becomes Prime Minister, because again, all the indications look like it's heading in that direction, do you think he's going to be like, yep, okay, unfurl Nazi banners and be like, right, I'm going to finish what Hitler started? Obviously not. Obviously, no one thinks this. So this is all just really kind of an advanced method of tone policing. And what's really weird about all of this is it's not even election season. We haven't got elections coming up until May. Like, the elections are a long way away, and yet they're campaigning furiously against Nigel. Because in every poll, he comes up with about 30 to 35% of the share, and they're all on like 18, 15, 14 for Labour in one the other day. They know they're screwed. And so they're like, right, just fling shit. Fling as much shit as we can. And everyone has seen it all before. We know what you're going to fling. We know. Every time. Oh, Nigel Farage is wrong. Victims don't forget bullying. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Like, there are other things. Like there's election fraud that's apparently happened. Do you not think that's a bit more substantive than allegations of racism or bullying when he was a teenager? Like, this at least happened when he was an adult. Like, that's more convincing, don't you think? And this cancelling elections, just as a quick thing to finish on, yeah, they get on postponing elections. Postponing the elections. But they are, of course, they just happen to be all places where Reform are polling in the lead. Right? We can see that you are running scared of him, which is remarkable because he's just not that different here. He's just not that different at all. And yet you're all running scared of him. It's like, okay, well, like if you want to reveal your weakness in such a way, that's fine. That's fine. Like, it's okay to be afraid you're about to lose because you are about to lose. And frankly, it looks like you deserve to lose. I'm very tired of you. Everyone else is very tired of you. Only 14% of people are not tired of you. And they all probably work for the NHS. So, suck it up. And finally, I just want it to be known that I don't care what Nigel Farage said or did when he was a teenager. Like, the allegations between when he was like 13, 17, I don't care. If any one of you, people making any allegations, tries to pretend to me like you also didn't do dickish things when you were teenagers, I will call you a fucking liar. Don't bullshit us. Don't act like we're born yesterday. Right? Yeah, Nigel Farage may have been a bit rough in his teenager. Don't care. I want someone who's going to try and fix things. And like I said, I don't even think Farage is that much of the guy who's actually going to fix these things. But you seem to really want me to vote for him.